In this video, we are going to learn new vocabulary terms of the cell cycle by using the You-See-Me strategy. The You-See-Me strategy is a graphic organizer that I'm going to teach you how to use. And the first step to using the You-See-Me strategy is writing the topic down in the middle circle. And like I said, we are going to be studying cell cycle vocabulary. So we are going to write cell cycle in the middle circle, just like this. The next thing is that I'm going to give you key vocabulary terms that you are going to write underneath the topic. And the terms that I'm going to give you include interphase, prophase, metaphase, and telophase. So after I have given you those terms, you should write them in the middle circle. Okay, I have written the key vocabulary terms in the middle, right underneath the topic, just like I said. I have only given you these terms, I haven't defined them. So the next part of the strategy is that you are going to partner up with someone else and you are going to come up with questions that are related to the cell cycle. And you are going to write them on these lines that connect to the middle circle. And to save time, I have showed you, or I have already wrote questions that I think are important because we are focusing on the vocabulary and the phases of the cell cycle. So I will show you mine. And each one of them says, what is interphase? Or the next one says, what is prophase? So you can see that I have made questions out of the key vocabulary terms here. Okay. The next step of the strategy includes for the teacher to read the text. Then as your teacher is reading the text, you are supposed to fill in your circles with the answers to your questions. The text reads, why is cell division important to all organisms? Well, cell division is the production of a new cell, so without it, we would not be able to grow. Cell division is also important whenever you cut your finger or break a bone. So let's take a look at the steps in the cell cycle. The cell cycle consists of two stages. The first stage of the cell cycle is interphase. Interphase can be further divided into three parts, but for this lesson, we will just look at interphase. In interphase, cells do most of their growing and DNA is replicated. Cells spend most of their time in interphase. The next phase of the cell cycle is the M phase. The M phase gets its name from mitosis, and mitosis is the division of the cell nucleus. There are four stages to mitosis: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. In prophase, the replicated chromosomes become visible. In metaphase, the chromosomes line up across the center of the cell. In anaphase, the chromosomes separate and pull apart. In telophase, the nuclear envelope begins to reform around each cluster of chromosomes. Mitosis is complete after this final step and two new cells have been formed. And that is the end of the text. And like I said before, as I was lecturing, you were supposed to write down the answers to the questions that you have written, and I have completed mine, so we'll go ahead and show you what you should have done. For our first question, what is interphase? Well, if we go back to the text, we can see that interphase is where the cell grows and DNA replicates. So that's what I have written here. And you should have done the same for the rest of them, but don't worry if you didn't get all of the questions or all the answers to your questions, because after I am done reading, we are going to discuss your answers as a whole class discussion, and that is the end of the strategy.